Alright guys, I got a package from Ontario, Canada. This is from Craig. I got his name crossed off. I'm going to try not to show address this time. I really do try, but sometimes it just doesn't work in my favor, if you know what I mean. Yeah, let me pull this off camera, see what we got. Love your videos and humor. This is the first lock that I've pinned. I don't have a key, but we don't need no stinking keys. Hopefully it'll give you a bit of a challenge. Alright, keep the lock or pass it on. Alright, let's see what we got here. Need a sharp instrument. Or semi-sharp anyway. Oh, that's unusual. It's a large core. It's kind of a weird looking. Don't think I've ever seen one quite like that, but not too difficult of a key. I think we can make that work. And looking at that first pin, I think you can see it's got a little bit of love engraved in at least that first one. So let's try to get it. We don't have the key, but like he says, hopefully we don't need that stinking key. Alright, because I don't want to crush the body, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it in a little piece of leather. And I'm going to use top of the keyway. Just want to make sure that, yes, seems to turn freely there. You see it moving, so I didn't crush it too bad. I'm going to try, let's first try to rake it and see if Craig made any mistakes. Maybe we can at least get a false set. And oops, it doesn't look like Craig made too many mistakes here. And I'm feeling some little bit of crunchiness in there, so that ought to tell me at least that we have some serrations in the chambers, or maybe some serrated pins. But we're definitely not getting any love on the rakes. Alright, let me see here. I think we can fit this in there. Very stiff pins, especially number 3. Feels like 5. I'm going to try it. Let's try it clockwise first. Pin 3 naturally. Okay, got a little click on him. Pin 4 gave me kind of this crunching feeling. And that's probably who we have to pick, because other way on 5. Very stiff on 5. Pin 4 has now come back down, and again with the crunchy. Definitely threaded there. And no feedback. Okay, that's the last one. He also feels crunchy, like threaded. And that spring is really, feels very tight. Okay, I'm back on 4, he's back down. And he is the only binder, so I don't really have a choice here. Let me check everybody up front. Yeah, he's the only one. So, wow. I might have just overset him. He's back down. Alright, definitely got serration, some sharp edges on there too. He really doesn't want to go. Alright, what I'm going to do here, I'm not getting any feedback. I'm going to go ahead and try to pick it counterclockwise. Sometimes it's easier in one direction than the other, because clockwise on this lock is definitely not the easy way. So let's go ahead and just Okay, that's 3. 2 clicks on 3. A little bit of counter rotation there. Let me check back here first before I commit. I'm getting counter rotation up here on 2 as well. So let's go ahead and do 2 first. Maybe. There we go. Very sharp edge on that guy. Okay, now I'm on 5, counter rotation and crunchiness. Got a false set going. Okay, 3 now. Maybe not. Yep, I got counter rotation right there. More counter rotation. That's all back on 2. Maybe he came back down on me. I'm getting a little bit of counter rotation on 3. You can see it there. Check everybody else. I got a very deep false set now. All right, because of the false set is so incredibly deep on this thing, I'm going to go ahead and assume it's probably some kind of T-pin. So I'm going to take a pick with a real fine tip and very deep hook and just go from pin to pin trying to find out. There we go. We got a little counter rotation on 1. Let me look at the rest of them first though. All right, 1 is the only one giving me counter rotation. And I'll be honest, I think I even need a deeper hook than this one. So I've only got 1 deeper, and that's this other one, the deepest one from the SS Dev kit. And here we go, counter rotation. Come on. Come on. We're unwinding everybody, it looks like. And there we go. All right. Let's see what we got in here, Craig. Do that back out. All right, I do not have a key, so we can't screw this one up. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this guy sideways, and let's figure out what we got. Ah, good. Something fairly easy that I might even have a pair of tools, or a pair of pliers for. All right. It looks like a large diameter. That might be too large, yeah. That might be him. Okay. I'm going to turn it like so. And what I'm also going to do, because we know it's got at least 1 sharp pin in it, I'm going to grab a shim. Where are you? My shims are buried beneath picks. I'm just going to slide him along here so that we have a little groove right there. I don't want that little pin to fall into that groove. So I'm just going to slide him maybe right here. There we go. Kind of a bridge. All right, let's see if we can make this work. Which way are our pins? Our pins are pointing that way, unusually. So let's try to do this. There we go. Okay, I said 5, and you can see for yourself there's 6. So I've already screwed that up. But let's see what else we screwed up. Standard, standard, standard. All standard so far. Pin 5, standard, very long one, and then 6. No threadings. A little chamfering there, but I think that's from normal production. All right, all the magic got to be upstairs. There better be some magic in here, Craig. There's that dang cat hair. You knew there had to be one in here, right? All right, I got a homemade spool. It's kind of angled. It's more like a mushroom than a spool. 2 is a kind of a T-pin. Check it out. Small, but there you go. Oops. Let me get that out of there. Okay, let's go ahead and sort the springs, because it looks like the first two are different. Alright, number 3. This is the one I thought had heavy tension, and I actually had to pull them out of there. Homemade spool. And there must be a spring in it, right? And I'm seeing no spring. I see no spring in him. Nothing. So that I must have mistaken him maybe for one of the others. Maybe 4. Okay, 4 does have a pretty good spring in him. And there he is. He's wrapped around that T-pin. The T-pin was upside down. Number 5. Come here, you. Okay, another one. Homemade. And the last one. Strong spring. It's a steel spring. 1.5 springs inside of that guy. And there is our shim. I'm going to go ahead and bang this just to see if maybe number 3 had a pin jammed up inside of there. And I see nothing. All right, no pin, no spring in 3, but we had 2 springs in 6. Kind of unusual, but it worked. There's what we're looking at, guys. All of these are homemade, and I would be willing to bet, since these other T-pins were turned up, I would be willing to bet he also was turned up. I wasn't paying close enough attention. I have to review the video, but since these 2 are actually stuck into the springs, that guy might have been up there just as well. So there you go, a reversed T-pin. They are kind of nasty, but got to play them as you get them, guys. All these homemade ones look really sharp. This one's got a little, let's see if I can get him up here in my hand, give you a focus on it. He's got some kind of, he got mashed or something. And I didn't put that much tension on it. It's almost like it's a spiral flute or a cut in the side of that thing, but I think that's just a manufacturing error. That would not have affected picking, I don't think, at all. So anyway, there you go, all the way from Ontario, Canada. Craig, thank you, sir, for the lock. Everybody else, stay safe, stay legal.